Temporality and graphical user interface. Temporality, the state of existing within time, shapes virtually all aspects of how we experience and construct the world around us. Time touches on many core aspects of research and practice in the design. Interaction and graphical user interfaces are fundamentally temporal. Time is the medium through which an interactive dialogue between a human and computer begins, unfolds, and resolves. How we experience time unfolding of a design is confined in my attempt of defining temporality. To unpack what temporality means in GoA, we need to look at existing expressions of traces of time in said context. Apple's screen time conveys the time one spends on a device. Time is expressed in numbers. In this sense, time is expressed implicitly. What the numbers unsuccessfully express is what this time means and is. Consequently, the numbers only serve as mere symbolizations for time. For simplification, we could compare this to how a timepiece user interface tells time, or how a pair of old jeans tell time. In another case, the storage gradually fills up over time as media are stored on the device. Again, time is expressed implicitly. As reasoned by Jung and Stolterman, these contexts are reduced to merely their functions. What if time was expressed explicitly to become meaningful in a person's use of interface? A prolonged experience? As emphasized by Karapanos. Even in a different case where time is of concern, it is no different. The mere point here is how these cases concern themselves with functionality than aesthetic and sensuous expressions of time. This implicit nature of expressing time juxtaposed with these function-oriented environments opens up new design space for exploring other possibilities. In the paper published 2009, Lundgren and Hultberg discern different temporal themes, 3 in relevance to the work of this paper. Live time. L. Real time. L. An unbroken time. Lundgren and Hultberg leave us with a puzzling insight of what if a newly written text is blue, however slowly fading to black after a few hours of active time. Or combine this effect with live time, letting the color of the text depend on the time of the day, so that we easily can find that paragraph we were working on before lunch, and so on. Temporality and graphical user interfaces may serve to not only represent time but also explore different meanings. What would it mean to have a history with graphical user interface? This is just one of a handful in the puzzling nature of temporality. In the living world, time is woven into every piece of an experience. Meaning derives from our experience of time. Whether natural phenomenons like withering of a tree and molding or artifacts like clocks or calendars. Just as how time is fundamental in our lived experience, digital mediums that are so as well should naturally coexist with time too.